Hey guys, welcome to Jen's Lemonade Life. I just wanted to do a little experiment and figured I would share it with you. Hopefully you will enjoy and learn something and maybe even be grossed out with me. As you can see here, I've got my setup of what we are going to experiment on. On the left and on the bottom are from a kit. I will link down to that below. I got it on Amazon. Not too expensive, had a lot of ideas and instructions and everything. But honestly, I got this like a year or more ago, I don't know, forever ago, and I didn't have the instructions, but I kind of remembered how to do it, and it worked out. So it comes with several of the Petri dishes, but I'm just using 3 for this experiment. Comes loaded with the agar already, and then sterile cotton-tipped wood applicators. I got a bottle of purified water unopened so that we can take out the factor of any contaminants that might be in the tap water. And then in the center, we've got a lens cleaning wipe that has alcohol and a detergent on it. And then we have this little wand here that is a UV light that I actually got at the dollar store. So you can see here how many Petri dishes you get and that the UV light folds up, so that's nice and compact. I will say the negative thing about this, I mean, a Dollar Tree store, $1 pretty good, but it does require batteries, I would say is the first con. So there's going to be some waste there, some expense there. Though I have bought somewhere, I have a larger wand that I think I got off of Wish or something forever ago that plugs in UVB. So there are a lot of different options out there. We'll talk about the pros and cons as we go. So first we are going to start out with our fingers. So this is going to be our dirty control. Now, I don't remember when I had washed my hands before filming this, you know, at least after I had last been in the bathroom. It's not like they were filthy, they look clean. So you put on the lid and then you turn it upside down. That's how you are supposed to store these. This is the second one. So we're going to have the regular screen control and then the screen with our wipes. This way you don't have to use a Petri dish for each thing. You can divide it up like this. Next is going to be the screen with the UV and then nothing on the top for clean control. Alright, so we've opened our brand new bottle. We're going to open this. It has 2 in there, so because it is sterile, you would want to ideally use both of them at the same time. I'm going to dip it in there, and I don't want it to be dripping. And you can see my screen. I mean, I wipe it down somewhat regularly, probably more than some people do, but just trying to get a good section here, top, bottom, side, making sure to get kind of those grooves where the phone case hugs it. And then taking the side that is a screen, putting a little swirly in the middle, and then kind of sun raying it out, which I believe is what the instructions said to do. To not just do like when we think of swabbing, right, you're just going left to right, left to right. It specifically said not to do that. I don't remember if it said why, but I wanted to follow the instructions as best as I could remember at least. Alright, so next up we are going to use these wipes. Now these, what I'm seeing on Amazon, they're 7 cents each. How convenient is it to have them in your car? I keep one tucked in my phone case. Kind of feels a little weird, but you can have them very easily accessible. Now, they do contribute to waste, and they're not a reusable product, but we'll let the results speak for themselves. And look at that. I'm going to do a little snapshot, but look at just the grease. I mean, a UV light's not going to take that out, but a surfactant, an alcohol, and a wipe can. So I may be biased already. I've been using these wipes for a while, but I do like them. Alright, so using a new cotton swab. And again, trying to get a good amount of the inside and the edges. And only doing on the section that has the that the wipe has touched. And again, doing our sun rays. Sorry if you can hear the pitter-patter of rain outside. It has been raining for a few days. All right, closing it up, turning it over. Now using this guy, it's about as far as it will fold, and it says, do not look at light or use on skin, because it is UV, it can be damaging. So there is like a, oh crap, gotta be more safe. So you just click on the button, and it has 10-second intervals. And I think there's a lot more room for error on this, besides that it can take up more space. You may not get it exactly close enough. You may not hold it over it for the right amount of time. And honestly, I was like, does this spread out, or do I need to do these tiny little chunks? So I have sped up this portion, but just be aware that it may not be ideal to do large items, though it does have the benefit of, alcohol and detergent may destroy some things and may not be as useful for like cloth or wood, right? And you can use the UV on that. So not a bad idea to get either. Getting a brand new swab. Again, you can really see the difference there with the dust and the greasiness. All right, and who is ready for the final results? This is, I believe, about a week and a half later. I was pretty busy when I was filming this, so might have kind of forgotten, but wowee, just saying, that whole finger Petri dish, ugh. The control that has no contaminants on it, well, it is crystal clear, right? And then we'll take a closer look, but I mean, just from observation at this angle, screen wipe has a couple of tiny dots. The screen doesn't look pretty, and the screen with UV doesn't look a whole lot better. But I don't know, I wish I had gotten better pictures. I guess I was just really focusing on like the super gross parts. But if you look on the left, the screen, it has multiple different kinds of like bacteria, mold, fungi, whatever colonies. And the screen UV one, I think it just has like a couple, but one is really big. So I think that's why it looks comparably worse. But either way, it doesn't really compare to the screen wipe. Let's take a closer look. So that is on the screen UV, right? Just got a couple of things there, but nice and fuzzy. And there is the screen control on the left before we did any cleaning. And then on the right, we've only got those two little blobs, which I think, I don't know, they look like maybe yeast growth or something to me. They're not fuzzy. The tiny little one connects to one of the sun rays, as we called it, right? But the one on the very edge on the back, I don't think that it actually, I'm not sure about that one. It might have been something in the air. It might have been a droplet of water that I didn't notice, but it doesn't actually connect to the areas that I swabbed. So that was kind of weird to me. It's a little closer up. Ugh, my fingers are so gross. I mean, we're all gross. A little closer up. A little closer yet. It's fascinating to me. I mean, disgusting, but also fascinating to just be able to see all the different kinds. Some are, mushy, gushy, and dimply. Some are round and fuzzy and different colors and different shapes. And it's very interesting. I will say this picture is kind of part to the experiment that I got sidetracked on. I was afraid that these Petri dishes would not work out because they were so old. Technically, I think there was like a 90-day expiration date for the agar that's in there. But like I said, it was probably like a year until I got around to using these. So I thought, well, you know what? I'll try them as they are. And then in a couple of other ones, I will put some of that purified water in, let the agar soak it up, maybe plump up. Maybe it'll help things grow better. Well, I clearly didn't need help with things growing better, and I never got around to re-swatching because the agar just didn't soak up the water the way I'd hoped. But I had added the water in these, and then I left them outside, honestly. And I thought it was interesting that even though I didn't swatch anything in them, they started to grow something. So they might have just been air contaminants. In the one, it's barely got these tiny little growths, and then the other, it's got that big kind of yeasty looking one. So that was an interesting control on its own. It was not in the same environment. It was left outside and, you know, a decent summer heat. Not enough to necessarily kill off everything, but not in, you know, a controlled spot in a warm closet. So I'm curious to know, do you use any of these kinds of things? And would you go with one over the other? Now, I'm glad to have both, though I will say the wipes are just so much more convenient. And especially now that I've seen the results, I will definitely continue to use them. And, you know, they are lens cleaning wipes, but it's not like you have to just use them on lenses. It just means that they are safe to do so. They're not going to leave fluff or damage your camera lenses or glasses. But it's nice to be able to just wipe off my phone and phone case after I've been at the store, just regularly. And, you know, you can use it on other things, like your steering wheel or whatever. Go to town. You know what you can wipe down. I just thought it would be fun to share these results with you. If you do want to try an experiment of your own, I will have that link down to the Amazon pack that I bought in the description down below, as well as these awesome wipes and a UV light like this. Won't be the same one, but hopefully a better one. Maybe I can find some good ratings, something that's actually rechargeable, so that's less waste, less expense, and maybe even less bulky. I'll see what I can find. You have a great day, guys.